What an excellent day for an exorcism.
Lots of great scenes from The Exorcist. I'm sure you remember this.
I'm the Holy Spirit!
But what if I told you that twist wasn't the biggest twist in the movie?
Tell me.
The biggest twist is that the exorcist himself, the guy the movie is named after, isn't even the star of his own film. Was that corny, the twist thing?
Yes.
I think it was corny. But it's really important because it highlights the one thing you can learn about screenwriting from the movie The Exorcist. And that is that the main character doesn't have to be the most interesting or the most dynamic, but the person who goes through the most change. Let's discuss.
That's great, but what's the one thing?
So Father Merrin is the exorcist, and he's a badass. He's an archaeologist, he spent some time fighting the White Walkers, and he takes iconic selfies. Do we want to see him exorcise demons left and right? Of course we do. Do we want to see him exorcise on a treadmill? Not as much. The long story short is he's a badass who stares evil in the face. And that's how we start the movie. Father Merrin finding the ultimate evil, staring him down, and promising a duel to the death. That sounds like an incredible main character that I want to see 10 movies about. And modern filmmakers and producers will tell you that your main character has to be the most interesting person. So yeah, let's make 10 movies about that guy. So how then is he not the main character of arguably the greatest horror film of all time?
I don't know.
How did they get away with breaking a hard and fast rule about screenwriting?
I don't know.
It's because real stories are about change. And so the person who changes the most will be on a human level much more interesting to us. More than the superhero with superpowers, or the super exorcist with supernatural powers, or fancy schmancy exorcisms where girls split pea soup up. You know how hard it is to say split pea soup? Did I do it right? Split pea. Anyway, very hard. So instead, in The Exorcist, the main characters are Chris MacNeil and Father Karras. Chris is the mother to Regan, and she staunchly believes in science and medicine. But when that fails her, she has no choice but to turn to religion, and that is every parent's nightmare. Not the religion part, but the feeling of no one can help my child. Let me throw some Hail Marys.
Help her! Just help her!
Hail Marys did not do that on purpose.
He's a liar.
And in the final battle, she believes enough in religion to fight forces that she can't even name. That's a massive change, and that's what we watch with our hearts in our throats. After religion saves her child, she embraces Father Dyer, acknowledging that faith, sacrifice, and something outside her understanding saved her daughter. A belief she never even could have fathomed at the beginning of the movie. And as for Karras, he's your classic priest who's lost his faith. He smokes, he drinks, he's going through the motions, occasionally coaches the Fighting Irish.
Get out of here!
He doesn't know which end of the cross is up. Even after he meets Regan and she hits him with the old pea shooter, he's still not convinced.
I can't do it.
Even when he suggests an exorcism, he's not convinced.
You probably know as much about possession as most priests.
But the demon is, and in an act worthy of a WWE call-out, names his foe. Enter The Exorcist, an hour and a half into his own movie, and giving you this amazing feeling of,
oh shit, you done fucked up, man. You done put two of America's most wanted.
And so Father Karras and Chris MacNeil, emotionally scarred, beaten, twisted, and tested, enter battle with a man of unshakable faith. Here's the part that's gonna sell you on this. It's the most important part. If you just made a movie about Father Merrin doing this exorcism and didn't include the storylines of Chris and Father Karras, we wouldn't care.
Really?
The human nature side of a mother and a lost priest is what gives this all of its emotional impact. Characters with the most humanity, the most like us, is what makes the story. And in the end, Karras is a true believer. He's found his faith, and he commits the ultimate act of sacrifice and faith to help another.
Come into me! God damn you! Take me!
God damn, this is a good movie. This is a great movie. I was arguing about this movie with a friend the other day, and they made a point that the historical impact of this film had more to do with how it affected audiences at the time, and he makes a decent point. But people aren't fainting now, and we still regard it as one of the greatest horror films of all time. My brother just saw it for the first time, was blown away. This movie stands up, but it's pretty tame by today's standards. There aren't that many jump scares, there's no little girl crawling on the wall like you see in every horror film now. It's much more psychological than today's horror. So yes, it is generally great advice to make the most interesting character your main character, but The Exorcist is a great reminder that you don't have to do that. And here are some other great examples of movies that excel because they didn't make the most interesting character the main. Silence of the Lambs is a great example. Hannibal Lecter is by far the most interesting character, but he doesn't change. Clarice Starling changes, and she's the main character of that movie. And yeah, they made a series called Hannibal, but Will Graham was arguably the main character of the show Hannibal. One of my favorite more modern ones, Mad Max Fury Road. It's a Mad Max movie, Furiosa's the main character. Mad Max doesn't change that movie. Furiosa's the one who learns the grass isn't always greener, and sometimes home is the place that you need to make better. One of my personal favorite book adaptations, and I'm not kidding about this, The Devil Wears Prada.
Don't be ridiculous.
Miranda is a far more interesting character than Andy.
That's true.
And I bet you forgot Andy's name until right now.
You're right.
That might be the Meryl Streep effect, it's hard to say, but point is that there's many examples where the most interesting character is not the main character, but the one who changes. And it works. So that's it. The one thing you can learn from The Exorcist is this. Don't chase the flashiest character, chase the one who changes the most. Because no matter how many priests you throw at a demon or how much split pea soup gets vomited all over the place, the audience only truly cares about the one that we can connect with. And those are the ones who change. Give us someone to watch transform, and you've given us someone we'll never forget. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll do all the stuff. If you learned one thing about screenwriting today, I hope it was with me.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.